Yo, what's going on, guys? It's me, my boy Muffin Roller here. Welcome back to another video, guys. And today we're going to be ranking some Roblox games. Now, I haven't made a tier list video in a while, and I think the last one I made, I got a lot of feedback, and I read the feedback. It was obviously a Monsters of Etheria one, and a lot of you guys were saying how I was like judging them based off of looks, and it's not like, I guess, fair, which I do agree with. So I will make another tier list updated video for that one. But today I wanted to try like a different kind of tier list. So this is like a Roblox popular games one. Now here's what I have. So let's just go over all the, I guess, the tiers, right? So I have best game. So it's a game that I think is like really good, and I think you should play it. A good game, I think it's good, but it can be better. You know what I mean? Decent game is like, it's meh, you know, like could be better. It's okay, I guess. Meh is like it needs improvements and a lot of updates. Trash means I don't recommend ever playing it, and it's just not good, straight up. And then we have I've never played, as in like I think that's pretty self-explanatory. So let's start ranking. So I'm gonna start with, I guess, Jailbreak. Now Jailbreak, you can argue, I think it has to be above decent game. It cannot be anything below decent game. I mean, you can obviously put it never played if you haven't played it, but I don't think you can say trash or meh. This game, you know, it has a lot, you know, it has a big history on Roblox. It's probably one of the biggest games. Like, if this is your first time playing Roblox, or if it's like your first time playing Roblox, I'm sure everyone has at least played Jailbreak once, I'm sure. It has so many wizards, they have so many updates, and it's a pretty simple game, right? It's just all you have to do is rob if you're a criminal, and if you're a police officer, you have to arrest the criminals. It's a pretty simple game. But it's fun because it has so many different things, like so many different places to rob, so many different kinds of cars. It's fun, it's interesting. It can get boring and repetitive over time, and I see where people are coming from. I think when they added the Battle Royale and all the other things, it was cool for a while, but I think, you know, it's just, I don't know. And then I think there was like a period of time with Jailbreak where there was just so many bugs that weren't being fixed that it just wasn't enjoyable to play. And I know I haven't played this game in a long time, but like when I used to play, there were always so many hackers running around, right? Like whether it be no clippers, meaning that they legit just walk through walls, or, you know, I didn't always have the best experience when I was streaming this game, if you go back to my old streams, right? But it's a fun game if you're playing with your friends, or it's definitely a fun game. So I think and because of its history on Roblox, and just because of how many visitors it has, I think I have to give it best game. You can argue good game or decent game. I see where you're coming from, but for me, in my personal opinion, I would give it best game. So next game we have here is, let's see, Lumber Tycoon. I mean, I think it's a decent game. I played it once. I think it was the Ready Player event. I played it once. Didn't really. I think it needs a little bit of improvement, in my opinion, like graphics wise and, you know, physics wise, bugs wise, everything. I think it needs a little upgrade. The game itself, it's not a bad game at all, by no means. I would say it's not my type though, and I think it just needs maybe, you know, a couple of more updates, or just graphics improvement overall. I don't have anything else to say about the game. And I really haven't played it that much, but I have played it once, so I can't obviously put never played, right? So next game we have is Phantom Forces. Now, in my opinion, Phantom Forces is probably kind of controversial because, yes, it's probably one of the best shooters on Roblox. Arguable, obviously can be debated, right? You have Arsenal, you have, I don't know if you count Jailbreak as a shooter, but there are guns in Jailbreak, obviously. Or, you know, something like other Extrusive or Island Royale. It's obviously a debatable topic, right? But the thing is, I feel like this game, it outperforms every other shooter on Roblox, in my opinion. It has, you know, the graphics, you know, it has the models. Some of them, you know, I'm not gonna lie, like, Some of the gun models are just like old gun models, but like just different names and different damages. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, sometimes the updates weren't the best. I know at times, but like recently the updates have been really good. I know they don't even update as frequently, but their game is just, I think it's a good game. They have so many different kinds of maps. Obviously, I don't like some of the maps, but with every game, every shooter that has different kinds of maps, you're not gonna like some maps, right? For example, Mirage. I hate Mirage, and I think all Phantom Forces players can agree that. I mean, not all, but most can agree that Mirage isn't a fun experience, right? But I think because of how good the game is and how many people play it, and just I think it's a really good game as a shooter. It's a really good shooter on Roblox, right? I think I have to give it best game. You can argue good game or decent game. I see where you're coming from, but I don't think you can say it's meh or trash if you played it. I do not think you can say that. So next game we have Miep City. I've actually never played Miep City before. Let me know what you guys think of Miep City. I don't think it will be a fun game to play, but you can't obviously judge a book by its cover, so just let me know why you guys play Miep City, and if you recommend I should try it out. Dungeon Quest, I would say good game. I think that's solid for it. You can argue best game if you played a lot. You can argue decent game or meh, depending. I see where you're coming from. Meh because the dungeons are pretty much the same. It's like this, it just gets harder. The AI is pretty much the same. Good game or decent game because it's fun if you're playing with friends, or if you unlocking new spells is fun. Upgrading your armor, it's cool. Fighting the bosses, it's cool. I think it's a pretty good game to enjoy. It has good graphics. The game is being updated. The community is pretty good. Nothing crazy. I think it's a pretty good game in my opinion. I don't think it's top level yet, best game, but it's definitely one of the best games out there. Probably good games out there on Roblox, and I definitely recommend trying it out. It's a really fun game. Next we have Pizza Tycoon. I'm gonna give it a decent game. Now, I think a lot of people, a lot of you guys, hear me out, okay? A lot of you guys that play simulator games, I cannot give you best game. And I understand you guys are going to be really mad in the comments, but you have to understand, when you make a simulator game from a standpoint of view of being a developer, it doesn't take as much effort, as much requirement as something like Jailbreak that needs to be constantly updated, or something like Phantom Forces where they have to constantly look at physics and bugs, right? And the balancing, and you get the point, right? So I don't see myself ever giving a simulator game like the top, you know what I mean? I'm sorry, like don't get me wrong, some simulator games on Roblox are good, and I'm not saying Pizza Tycoon is a simulator game. I'm just talking about in general, right? But Pizza Tycoon, I played it once. I didn't really find it interesting. It's a decent game. It's not bad, but I just think it needs, I don't know. I'm just not the biggest fan, I guess. I think I'm gonna keep it in meh, actually, and not decent game. It's okay. It's not complete trash, obviously. It's not my type, I guess. I'll just keep it that way. Monix Simulator, again, meh. I just don't enjoy the game. I mean, you mine stuff, I get it. Like, it's just not fun for me. I don't see the fun in just clicking. You know what I mean? So, if you guys enjoy that, I guess you enjoy that. I mean, I don't know. I don't have much to say, to be honest. I think you can argue decent game. I don't think you can put it above decent or good, in my opinion. You cannot put it, I don't think you can give it best game. This game, never heard of, never played. I don't know what that game is. Let me know if I should try it out, I guess. Murder Mystery, a good game, Murder Mystery. It's pretty simple. I think it's very, very simple. Understand, you have murder, then you have innocent people, and then you have a sheriff, right? The whole point of a sheriff is he has to try to find the murderer and kill him, right? And the murderer has to secretly murder people. It's a super simple game. It's super fun. And it's obviously time-based, and you can throw your knife. It's super fun. The maps are cool. It's cool. I think the problem with the game is updates. I think the game needs more updates to be up there. in my opinion, and also more events, right? It could be fun. Besides that, I don't have anything else to say. I used to play the game a lot. It's very fun. And one more thing, I think, is the chance of being a murderer. I think they need to adjust that a little bit, especially in public servers. I think besides that, yeah, I mean, it's a pretty straightforward game, you know. I have nothing else to say. Natural Disaster Survival, good game. I think it's a really good game. Played it once, it was kind of fun, right? Like, you basically, like, there's, like, tornadoes, hurricanes, and different natural disasters, and you have to just try to survive, right? And, like, whoever, I think the last person that survives wins. Pretty fun, pretty cool. Again, I think it's a pretty straightforward, simple game. Pet Simulator, Diamond, one of my admins, he made me play this game. It's a decent game. I think it could be fun. The pets are kind of cute, can't lie, but I don't think it's my type of game, in my opinion, right? And I think I've said this with all the simulator games. Simulator games are just not my type, and I'm just sorry, you know, if you're a fan of Pet Simulator. So, I mean, I think it's a decent game. You can argue good game. I don't think you can put it anything below meh, because the game, I will admit, Pet Simulator, in my opinion, is updated more compared to other simulator games, in my opinion. So, yeah, we have RB, Roblox 2 World, never played. Mad City, ooh. See, Mad City for me is, I think I have to give it best game, as if now. You can argue good game or decent game. I don't think you can give it trash or meh. Like, the game's updates are crazy. The things that are in the game, the things that you can rob like a jewelry store, and then you can rob like casinos. I think it's really cool. Like, and also the game has, like, you know, it's like Jailbreak, right? But it also has cooler guns. It has cooler vehicles, like you have crazy planes and stuff. And then you also have superheroes in the game. I think that's one of the coolest parts about the game, is the fact that you have superheroes. It makes it, it's like there's 3 teams now instead of just cops and criminals, right? Also, I love how you escape the prison, where you have to find stuff and escape. And there's like multiple ways to escape the prison. I think that was always a good idea. And I know Jailbreak has that too. But I feel like at first Jailbreak didn't have that. I feel like the only way to escape the jail in Jailbreak at first was punching the box, which made Jailbreak, you know, well, it promoted camping, I guess, right? People used to just wait for the criminals to escape, right? It promoted camping, I guess. With Mad City, it's different, right? Because you have so many guns, right? And then you can also escape in so many different ways. I think it's a very interesting game. As far as compared to Jailbreak, I think Jailbreak is still definitely on top as far as player counts are concerned. But I think Mad City, it has potential, a lot of potential. And I think it deserves best game for all the updates and all the crazy things that it has put in, right? Blocksberg, Blocksberg's good. I don't think I have much to say about Blocksberg. You build your home and stuff. Pretty simple. Like the idea of it. Not my type, I will personally admit, right? But I think it's a cool game. Cool game. Theme Park Tycoon, actually never played before, so yeah, no comment on that one. Vehicle Simulator, I'm gonna have to give Vehicle Simulator a trash. Now, I know I'm gonna get a lot of hate or in the comments, right? By the way, one thing I want to make clear before I continue on is this is my opinion. If you want to, you know, make your own tier list down below, I will leave a link down below so you can make your own tier list, and then you can tweet it at me at epicbeast50. That's my Twitter. You can tweet at me, and, you know, I'll see what you guys think, right? If you agree with me or disagree with me, right? I think you can give it meh or trash, depending, or even decent, depending on how much you play the game. But with me I was just disappointed with the game, in my opinion. Like, it was a really cool idea, but like how you have your phone, you can spawn in a car, and you have a car dealership. It was a really cool idea. It's just, it didn't live up to my expectations with the bugs and then everything with the map. It just didn't live up to my expectations. Roblox Death Run, I mean, I think I have to give it a good game. I've personally never played it, but I watched other people play it, so I know a little bit about it. it's fun. Like, you know what I mean? It can be fun, in my opinion, right? It can also make you rage, but I think that's the whole point of the game, right? So it's a fun game. Rose Citizens, never played. Adopt Me, ooh, Adopt Me is a very controversial game. I'm sorry for, like, you know what? I played Adopt Me once, right? And I'll be honest, I can't really rate Adopt Me because I haven't played it enough. In my opinion, Adopt Me, I don't see the fun in Adopt Me. Like, I don't know how people enjoy the game, right? I don't see the fun in it. I don't understand the game, right? Maybe it's just not for me, I guess. I don't know. Like, let me know why you guys play Adopt Me. But if I were to rate it, right, based on the one time I played it, which wouldn't be fair, I would definitely give it either decent, meh, or trash. I wouldn't give it anything above that. But obviously, I haven't played the game enough, so I can't really say that. So I'm just gonna put it I've never played. So yeah. Bee Swarm, I think it goes along the lines of Pet Simulator. It was pretty trending at a time. I'm not sure if people still play it as much as people used to, but I think it's okay. Prison Life, meh. I'm gonna be honest, it's just meh. Like, I don't know. I feel like Jailbreak and Miep City, they're just better. I don't see myself being like, oh hey, let's go on Roblox and play some Prison Life. I just don't see myself playing that game ever. It's cool. It's basically this, you know, idea of prisoners and cops. I think that game is more. I think the game has more shooting. There's no actual robbing in the game, which is the only bad part about it. I don't know if they've updated and changed the game. Maybe if they update the game more and, you know, well, yeah, just update the game more and add more features, I think it can be more fun. But I think it's meh. It needs improvement. Counterblocks, gonna give it a decent game. Personally, not for me. I think people call it the CS:GO of Roblox or something. I might be totally wrong on that one, but I think that's what people call it. Played it once or twice. Kept dying. I mean, I don't enjoy the game. I just don't enjoy the game. I think it's a good game. It has potential, right? But I don't know. I just didn't enjoy the times I played it, right? So, but I think it's a decent game, right? I definitely think it needs more improvement, and I don't think it stands up to something like Phantom Forces or even Miep City or Jailbreak. But it's decent. It's decent. Whatever floats your boat. Never played before. I don't know what this game is. Never played before. This one I've also never played before. Let's see. We have Strucid. This is a game that I've played a lot on my channel actually, and I've had various opinions in it. At some point, I've said it's complete trash just because it's the owner never updated the game. And then at some point, I was like, it's meh, it's okay. So I was like, at some point, it was a decent game. At some point, it was a really good game. It was really enjoyable to play. I don't think there was ever a point where it was one of the best games, right? Because the game always had bugs, and the game always had issues. And I think the biggest problem with the game is the owner, right? Not like the owner himself. Like, it's just like he never updated the game, and I think he had, you know, I'm sure he was busy with, I think, college or whatever. He had something going on, right? I'm not gonna blame him or anything, but like, if a game doesn't update, it cannot be a best game, right? It cannot be a top tier game if your game doesn't update. Also, I think the game also had issues with the community and stuff, and I don't know, the game just has like a long history of, I guess, being toxic, right? Also, some of the big YouTubers that used to play, I don't think they even play it anymore. I'm not gonna name those YouTubers because, you know, I don't want to call anybody out, you know, but I think I will give the game a meh. I think that's fair, because if you look at Strucid, right, it's basically Fortnite. It's not an original idea. Not saying that Jailbreak, Miep City, and Phantom Forces and all the games above are complete original ideas. It's not an original idea, which is okay. That's fine. You know what? That's okay. The second problem I have with the game is the updates. The game is never being updated on a frequent basis. It's never, right? I mean, when was the last true set update? Like, I don't know. Like, it's just not frequently updated. And then you have bugs and issues. I think Battle Royale, the game that they added, has so many bugs and issues, right? I think it has matchmaking issues, and then when you join the game, I think people could go underneath the map. It was just so many issues with the game, right? Bugs that were never fixed or addressed, right? And the community the community and how the feedback, right? It's just, it doesn't, I don't know. I can't give it anything above decent, to be honest. In my opinion, it does not deserve good or best. You can either argue decent or trash, but not anything above decent. Arsenal, you can argue good or best. I'm gonna give it best. Right now, it's probably one of the most enjoyable games on Roblox, right? It's basically gun game. It's a lot of fun. There's like, it's super simple to play, right? You just shoot, right? I'll say the one thing I don't like is there's a lot of one-shot guns in my opinion, but that's fine. Like, it's gun game, right? You know, I see. You know, it's meant to be fast-paced. That's the whole point of the game, right? It's not meant to take a million years, right? Like, I think a Phantom Forces game is like 10 to 15 minutes, so it's fun. It's gun game, super simple, you know. I think you have to get 30 kills or something to win, and then you get like a golden knife at the end where you can double jump. It's super fun. And there's different maps and game modes and stuff like that. There's like even a team game mode. It's fun. It's a good game. Swordburst 2, never played. Booga Booga. It's probably one of the other controversial games. I think Booga Booga has to go to trash, because if you look at Booga Booga now, okay, not when it was peaking. At its peak, okay, I'll maybe give it a good or decent, okay, but right now the game, I don't even hear the game anymore. I know people still play it, but I've never seen the game on the front page. I've never seen people even talk about the game. I don't even know if people still upload this game. I know there was a big issue with the auto clickers in this game at a time, and there was an issue with like the community and the updates, and I think the owner, the Soybean or something, there was like a big issues with the game, right? Then you also had, you had a lot of hackers, right? And then you also had, I think they added them, it's called like the mastery update, not the mastery update. It's called it's basically where you can reset your level, and you had to like, it was like for the god armor stuff. It's just, I think that it lost a lot of players because the game became like, you had to grind so much, right, for levels. It just became annoying, and if you died, you lost all your stuff, right? And also like combat logging, like just logging in general when you see someone was a big issue with the game, right? Because people didn't want to take fights, right? And I think that's still a big issue, right? I played the game, I think, like 3 months ago, right? And everyone is just god armor, and I'm in emerald armor, right? If I see someone in god armor, I can't even fight them. It's like not a fair fight, so I have to log out. So that's the biggest problem with the game. Like, I think the game, I don't know. I think the game, it can never be the same again. I guess that's the best way to put it, right? So next game we have here is R2D, never played it. Retail Tycoon, I'm just gonna, I think it can go with Pizza Tycoon. I don't even know if the owner updates the game. That's all I have to say. Tower Battles, a decent game, could be, I don't have much to say, to be honest. It's just a decent game, right? Then you have Robloxian High School. It's a good game. It is a good game. From standpoint, it's a good game, right? It's just, I feel like the people ruin the game. I'll say that, and I'll leave that open to interpretation on what I mean by that. So this is my list. Let me know if you guys agree or disagree. If you disagree, let me know why. And just remember that this is my opinion. I know the Titleist is accurate, I know, but you can never ever have an accurate tier list, because this tier list, right? There's no good Roblox game. Every game, right, it will be enjoyable to some, and it will be, not so much fun for other people, right? For example, I personally don't like simulator games. Now somebody else might like simulator games, right? I personally enjoy more action type games like Jailbreak and Phantom Forces, right? So, we all have different preferences, so I think that's something to keep in mind with tier lists, right? So you might have all your simulator games might be a good and decent, right? While Jailbreak might be at somewhere decent, you know what I mean? Or Mad City might be a decent. So yes, I understand, right? So, you know, I think that's something to keep in mind when making tier lists, and also the fact that it's an opinion, right? We all have a right to opinion, right? So that's pretty much it. We're so close to 3K. I'm not sure if we even hit 3K, but yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you guys have a good day.